Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this bloody epic mini-series. And I say bloody because of the, of these battles that we've been seeing throughout the series, be it from wars, raids, and especially in family. I'm not talking about relations, but I am now Vikramâtittâ of the Chola Samarajam, which my brother Periyapillai, who for the majority of the series has been around up until now, he was recently assassinated. He had cancer, and he became dull due to a botched mystical treatment, and for that he killed the physician, who was a female. In fact, it says that kill list here. Had her executed after, I guess, botching the treatment of my brother. And yes, and one would think, was he assassinated for it? Because, I mean, he did say that the cancer is a curse, and I do believe him that it's a curse. Because, you know, we found out during this recording, we know he's a devotee of Abdra, an extremely fierce an aspect of Shiva embodies rage and righteous anger, and I feel that way too. Still got the plush and exotic carpet, reinvigorating friendship. Also, I'm a frontline commander, obviously, as with most of the Tamil heroes do. But found out that Vikram is superstitious, so his life's controlled by belief of supernatural influence leading to good or bad luck. And I think that my brother was cursed and had cancer for that, which nearly killed him, as he was wounded too. But someone killed him. As much as I'd like to think that supernatural forces are at play here, but I don't want to fully believe that. But as the new ruler is here, I want you to, well, it's going to take a while for you to get here anyway. I should have moved the rally point, but nah, I got time. And also may look for new potential allies, since this frees up the diplomacy space of allies needed as we are entering the second full year of the war. Lambakana, Sri Lanka, is still with us. And I couldn't help but notice Jaffna, one of the vassals. The Nadu of Jaffna and Trinokomali, or Tirukonamale, in Tamil language, that maybe we should ally with them, realizing how bold fighters they are, especially under the service. Well, he's not directly in service because he serves under Jyotisena. I would like to have Jaffna to be allied with us. You know, any small form of allies to help us out would be good. Unless you want to take another one of, well, you can be patrol. I mean, there's room for secondary spouses if need be. You know, their eldest daughter, who is club-footed, yike. But I hope that my wife here, which she's been pregnant for about 4 months now, that I hope that I will have a legitimate son. And then I'll consider. But you got a few daughters, so one possible alliance is Jaffna, and the other one I thought of, all the way up to Chola in Gujarat. We do have friendly relations with Jains, that the Jain community, Tamil Jain community, but I'm sure the Saurashtra Jains would be much more amenable, especially when you look at the size of the realm as compared to a decentralized realm like Vengi Chalukya. And a bit of help will do, but we'll weigh in on possible alliances. So for now, it'll be those two. One from Gujarat and another from what they call the Tamil-speaking parts of Sri Lanka at that time, even though that depends on who you ask. But but back in the days of the Sangam period, it's called Elam. But it's only during that period is where most of the Tamils during this time were all living up there in Jaffna, those areas. In places like Manna and Mulaitivu. But keep in mind, there's a small Tamil minority also living in Trinakomali. I still call it that because it's an other name that is the modern form of that name rather than what is in Sinhalese and Tamil. But anyways, enough of the geography talk. You take command for a while, alright? Because I must go to court. As I'm dressed in my regalia. And I wear the crown now, which I did before recording. Put it on because most of the time he wasn't wearing a crown. But he's the ruler now. So it's about time to hold the court. Oh. Yeah, you're still around. 63 gold will do. She was still going on an adventure, but now I'll be willing to finance that adventure. And it will go to me. Just continuing what my brother had started. So now, let's hear the petitioners. And perhaps I may go hunting because I need some prestige. Because you need prestige to bring allies in. But it depends on what kind of events they will have here. Because you might gain prestige or more out of this. Let's hear it. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people filing in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turned towards mine expectantly. In front of me I count 3 petitioners lined up in orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Gesture the first in line to approach. The monster of Calicut. A haggard-looking peasant now stands in front of me. My lord, I beg for your help. A monster prowls in the jungles of Kalatuna, killing cattle and farmers alike. Few have seen it, but the mangled remains of its portents leaves no doubt. It's clearly a huge tiger, as bloodthirsty as a few have ever been seen. Please, send your strongest hunters and save us from the horse's jaws. I ain't scared. I have my father's spear. I shall fell the beast myself. I will depart as soon as possible. Thank you for notifying me. We don't see a lot of albino people around here much, except for one down there in Lanka. Jotisena, he's an albino too. I'll go after that tiger. No. Ah, yes, the Patana Sami, who's been clearly working himself about something greater. My Uriah, the dogs of Kovala think they're better than us, he says. Cracking a haughty jokes each market day. And the other one, Noralakovia, that miserable bastard needs to be put in his place. Those heathen fools made to respect Nârani, and the leading Patanam of Chola Nadu. Oh, I'm an impatient man. Check out their opinions towards me. Okay, but Kuvalala is a nicer town. I know that place. In favorite town? Development. Open carry. 2 of my vassals are pushing one another and jostling to reach my throne first. The Mandala Mudai Laya Kula Sakara. That's how you say his name. It took me a while after a couple of Kula Sakara bows before me. My lord, murder is wanton in the city streets throughout the Chola Rajyam. It would be civilized if we instituted a ban on townspeople bearing arms, at least within the city limits. And the other Kula Sakara kicks him out of the way. Safety is each man learn to protect himself. Ban and carry weaponry will castrate the townspeople. You know, funny you say that. That you say, it's like, let there be weapons, even though you are a Dingabara Jayan. In fact, you are a virtuous Jayan, but you serve on a battlefield. And it's a wonder how Vikram, and it's like, alright, you, Kulasakara, or otherwise I'll be saying things like, Kulasakara, and both said yes. Okay, one's for weapons, the other is ban. Okay, I think I misheard. But these two would become rivals, and I do not want to have rivalries, but unfortunately, this is the way it's going to be. There's rivalry within our ranks, and both of them serve in the retinue. Control group, counter-gripping. We shall solve this safety debate with violence. Carry weapons is upheld at all times. Good. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow him out of the room. Having business to attend elsewhere, others remain, talking about themselves about the recent proceedings. Sooner, several of the proceedings dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. And before I will return to take command of my army, I gotta go hunt down that tiger that's somewhere over there, in Calicut, in the jungle. Remember, you have that chivalry focus and the prowess. Let's hope we can defeat the beast. From that room. Potential intervention. I got a task for you. Where is he? Where's my little brother? No longer in the army. No, you're quite useful, man. I gotta force you in. I'm sorry about this, but I gotta force you in. You consider yourself retired, Yudhishthira. You've been good to me. You fought in a couple of battles, but the old age is starting to catch up to you. No. Oh, we do have another organizer, but... Ah, there you are. Because you're that crazy person who would be willing to do such things. I'm gonna send you on a reconnaissance mission. If you're there. Is that you? Yes. If they indeed do intervene on this war, which may escalate you, sail up to the Mahanadi. I want you to keep watch over them. Be there in 3 months. So you could do some little spying. That's what you were good at. When Periyapillai and you. No secrets. I know it was them. It's got to be the Pallavas that murdered my brother. Here it is. Monster of Calicut. With all the preparations complete, I set out with a selected group of guards to face the infamous monsters that terrorize Calicut. It does take us long to find it. A clear trail of blood leads us straight to the creature's abode. I was already informed what to expect, but when the massive tiger finally stands in front of me, I can't help but shiver. There's no chance of dying, but 72% chance that I will get to kill this tiger, and I will be a novice hunter, which will help increase my prowess skill a little more. But however, there's a 27% chance that I get wounded by the tiger and it'll be roaming around still. And it's gonna hurt the development growth knowing that the tiger is still on the loose. Face me, you foul beast! Killed it. Now I'm a novice hunter, which is +2 prowess. Every little bit helps, because every little prowess makes a difference to be out on the battlefield, which I will soon rejoin. But however, there's another thing I wish to do, knowing that I am quite stressed. I want to meditate in seclusion for the next couple of months. Only through meditation we come to understand the true nature of the universe. Though it means neglecting my other responsibilities, by retreating to seclusion from meditation, I may learn more about myself and the universe I inhabit. Embarking on an inner journey through meditation, no trivial thing. Many preparations need to be made, at least, which is deciding where shall I retreat to. The location I choose to meditating will heavily influence the outcome of my journey. So yeah, I will return in the summer. I'll be up in the rolling hills of Tagadur. Then. So for now, Vijayalaya will be under the command of this army, as we're all assembled together, except for Varotaya, who's going to do a little bit of reconnaissance work up there. But remember, the objective of the war. Take Vengipura, get my wife back, and capture or kill Kadeyaraja. Remember that. I just needed to go away for a while. Supply limit is good. They did join. Okay, but it's going to take a while for them to assemble. I'll be there in 40 days. That's one of them. They're probably going to liberate Dayagiri. More than likely. Just leave them alone. Let them retake it, and then we will weigh in on possible alliances that we'll have to assemble. So they did join, but I want to know how much. I was shocked when I caught my daughter trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Nârani. She gave me a press speech on how now she understood what she had done was wrong. We are all but small pieces of the world. You want my daughter to be... Ah, vassal. Local. How much? 14. Short journey. Go ahead. There they are. They bought mercenaries. Telugu band of Kamanadu, led by this mercenary captain who is a Telugu giant. He's got 2 of his warriors with him. Not good. But light footmen's aplenty. And plus they're gonna have more reinforcements from another country that decides to intervene on this war. And this is why we sent him to investigate. Check their movements, where they are, what is their size, because we do not have time to send him as spy master to know how many numbers exactly. You can travel fast. Oh, don't tell me we lost sight of him. My Senapati's been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be as noble stock as you, Mage, but on my name, I swear that Polos is someone you'd want on your side. Oh, what? Oh, Kamaram is the worship of Murugan. That is a Tamil thing. See? Kamaram is tradition Hindus that worships Kamaram, also known as Murugan, as the Swayam Bhagavan. It's similar to Shavaris. Anyways, you'll be one of the good ones. Just hold you. Crud, don't tell me they already left. Don't tell me they already left. Nope, we found them. 2,000 strong. They're going to the river. Wait a second. They're seafarers as well, just like us. Okay, we've confirmed their presence. They have over 1,000 levies. 11 of their guys. So that means that guy has a chivalry focus. No? He's going for intimidation, but... Oh. So I see. He mixed it up. And in addition, I have more light cavalry, more light footmen, and siege weapons. Okay. Come back, brother. You did your job well. Get back to country. Let them liberate their territory. I want everybody here. There's a little army. Hey, I'm wondering. I would love to make this land a march because this is borderland, and having this would cause, the vassal to be given controlled territory to an advantage. And all these other things. I mean, that's beneficial for him, not me, but... yeah, soon I will have you disband, and I will let you continue on your duties, Spy Master. And we will find the man who murdered my brother, which I think it's the Palava. They've probably never gotten over that grudge. Because we killed one of theirs? Oh, yeah. They are reinforcing. Well, I guess you're stuck with us. All together now. You're the furious zealot. Experienced that crowd control. He's my Senapati. He's the only one most qualified to be the second best commander other than myself, which I'm still in meditation. I've not returned from it yet. It's not June yet. Or late June, for that matter. Remember, they still hold the relevant objective, and we need to go on the offensive. So 6,000. It'll be 8,000 strong. We'll be. We're not hopelessly outnumbered. But remember, bring out the oral offense when things get desperate. Let them retake that territory. Let them come to Nelor. Unfortunately, there's no buildings of a defensive advantage, but we'll do what we can. Oh, it's another daughter. But nevertheless, more daughters means more potential alliances that we must make now. Let them all gather. It's nearly 10,000. Yes, nearly 10,000 men over there. Wow. We're almost of similar number as well. But we've been sitting here on friendly territory for the levies to be reinforced. Right. How many months? 3 months. Do you think we should wait until my meditation is complete, and then I will return to the front, and then we'll have them dealt with? Because don't think I'm confident about having him in charge. Whereas for me, I'm only an organizer, where I can get them moving fast, but if we lose the battle, then we won't have much retreat losses. But I propose that we should wait. Nelor may fall, and if it does, then withdraw a little bit further to the south, and then we'll engage him. Again, I must do this myself. And do not forget, if we do lose that battle, bring out the elephants. Our secret weapon, as my fallen brother called it. And I don't want to spend too much money on getting these good fighting men here, because... Oh, I thought they would be a little more costly than that, but still. Oh, while you're at it, we talk of alliances, and you got another daughter. I do have a son who's, you know, whose heritage is rather disputed. It's gonna take a hit of prestige. So yeah, our Tamil brothers down in Lanka. And I even thought of an alliance from the Chola realm as well. Non betrothed, excellent. And you also have twins, alright. I do have a... Who's my eldest? This one. So I have 2 alliances as, you know, again, in case if we took more severe casualties in battle, which we really shouldn't. Unless we lost too many good fighters. I'm looking at you, brother. Don't get killed. You're the worst one out of all, but you are good at sneaking around. And plus, you are the reason... Oh, damn it. Well, we know who he is. Just wait until I return from my meditation. That's what our plan is so far. Alliance phone. Now that we're allies, you're not giving me any information, but we'll be willing to call you to the war when time needs it. As much as how my wife dislikes me, for some reason I kind of want to sway her. I don't want to divorce her yet, but give reasoning a chance. She won't accept romance or seduction from me, knowing who she's been sleeping with. But it's just something that I feel a little guilty, but I don't hate her, and she's not my rival. She can dislike me all she wants, but she can be reconciled in future. It's that man up there who's... 2 months now. Don't go starving, don't go starve, don't go starve. Desertion. It's almost time for me to return to my meditation, and I will take command of this army again, because I don't think I trust him enough. You propose white peace? To the modest Vikramâtittâ. Hasn't enough blood been spilled in this pointless war of yours? Neither of us stand to gain anything by continuing to fight. Let us make peace. No. There can be no peace with them, for those who harbor murderers and have thieves who steal wives like mine. there could be no peace. We will take Vengipura out of spite, but more importantly, I want my wife back. In a way, you know, she's secondary to me, no longer primary, because she's not here anymore. Just hold your position until I return from my meditation. Just a few more days, alright? Obese, but good fighter. Guess that time hasn't come. Move in. Can't let it fall. Oh, the clear views from the hilltops of Tagada lend themselves well to the pensive reflection. I soon grew impatient, however, no matter how I sat or how hard I tried, I was able to feel anything but boredom. Alas. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Because, you know, I'm an impatient person. I shouldn't have done that. Now I'm overwhelmed by stress. Sit brooding on my throne, heart heavy with memory, mulling over things I did years and years ago. Was I really good enough? Would not another Uriah be most suited? Have I ever truly done the right thing? My head drops. Why would Shiva task me with ruling if he knew it would make me this miserable? You're right, man. You will surely support me. Oversharer. Next 10 years. That's gonna hurt my intrigue a little, but I kinda need that intrigue. $10,000 men on the way. $10 days. Come on, get me back, because I'm on my way back from meditation. Just hold position. God blast it. They're backing away. And they were about to fall too. I have not returned yet. Battle's about to begin. Army of Vengipura. Is Kadeyaraja there? Yes, he is. If you do capture him, I want him. I'm gonna have him executed if you do capture him. But fortunately, he has very little in way of advantage. One of our allied fighters killed. Slow down a little. Named one of theirs. But they got more Raltas up there. We all have them outnumbered, but they got plenty of Raltas that will throw against us. Dev. Son. He'll pay. Alright, that's good. We bested them. But I guess you didn't need my help. But now I'll have to take command. Guess we can afford. Get back here. still here? Bring him in. A comely woman, a guest of Vengi Chalukya. Oi. Guess it's related to a different side of the Chalukya family. How much? Just out of interest. 50. There's no claims on you, so actually no. There's no reason for that. I mean, it sounds interesting, but it isn't gonna do much. So, one of our men has fallen. Hey. Brother, where's... Oh, brother. You're out of there. Because make room for the better fighting men that we'll be bringing soon. We're going back to Kanchi one more time, and then we'll resume the offensive. Take Kamanadu, and then Vengipur itself. We need to reoccupy this territory, which will be friendly, where we can reinforce resupply on the way to there, instead of having to retreat all the way there. So we don't need to do that. Another alliance that they brought? Shanti Dev. Well, that's further up. That's in, again, Delta. But that's an awfully large realm. That could mean they might have a large army. It's another vassal of the Palas. Something tells me that we'll be bringing our allies from there to there. And I thought about the one. It's like, well, why don't we hit them from behind there? Because I'm rather curious. There's narrow corridor. What are you people like? No alliance? Oh, actually, there's one, but that's with a vassal. Of the children I have, one's betrothed to that. You only got 2 daughters, but you're wandering. Is it possible that we can establish an alliance even though you are not in that realm? No. It doesn't say. How much? 20. Because I'm like, well, what if we invite him to court and then they'll be married automatically and the betrothed automatically, and then we'll negotiate an alliance. How much? You still have enough to afford the elephants that you may need, so do this once. Ah, so close. But if you increase the lodging standards to the court. So, guest acceptance. Stand, 15, and 20. And that boy of yours, who I just gave him money to. And he's the heir to, Romuna, so you're not that far away from here. You know what, all the way. We're making this court just a bit more lively towards guests, even though we don't have the best food distributed and all that. It's not going to affect that much economically, but it's just a help. And it's going to make the guests stay a while longer. And completed inspiration quality has a good chance of improvement. And less stress gauge. This is for courtiers and guests. Come here. I may have to send you another gift as well, because I would like to have an alliance with you. Because I fear that things are going to escalate even more. Murder. Aha! Knew it! It is the Palava! It's the landed ruler himself. Son of a beeswax. He's the one that killed my brother. Expose that secret. Loses stress because they are just. We know you did this. Just for that, I'm gonna find ways to get rid of you. Unless my ally can capture this territory and maybe, if you're so kind, if you would be so kind, bring him in as a prisoner, then maybe we can kill while he's in prison. I am much willing to do so. Also, be quick about it. Shantideva. Is that their capital there? Yes. Correct. Oh, and another thing. Bodyguards. Where is it? Because I need bodyguards. It has a chance to prevent assassination murder schemes. Reduces the risk of dire capture battles. I need bodyguards. Of course. The JLA. And it also has to be another one that I can trust. Where's my Jewish friend? Even if he's not one of the good ones. I mean, he's the mayor. I don't think... I mean, that's for courtiers only. Old man. You'll do. But you do not want to be assassinated. Oh, and that's actually another thing. Food taster. Chance of stopping poison murder schemes. Lose more weight quickly. The widow herself. You'll do. Sounds a little. Yeah, because you know that was my brother's wife. We do have one agent along. God dang it, I keep forgetting to move rally points. I'm supposed to put it in country. For future reference. More agents are joining the scheme. Why would you honor that boar mile with the position code and not me? My courtier Polos is livid. Apparently he had been certain that honor would befall him, but no one else. You're not that good. Oh, come off it. That's all I gotta say about him. Well, he is exposed as a murderer, so people are more likely to join the plot. I can invite a few more, but things can improve upon organically. If the Shantideva realm joins this war... Yep, they just did. Just called it. You got 4 months to tell me how much do they have. And I'm calling my allies in. Both of you. Things are escalating. How much? 140. Knowing this war will continue on for a much longer time, obviously. And whenever this war is over, I will be sure to raise a hero stone. Give me more of these steppe warriors. But keep in mind, it's going to cost you another 140, and that will not be enough to afford it for elephants, unless you can... ransom, especially if it's highly valued. Ah, yes, I haven't forgotten about you. His niece, daughter, yeah. I mean, in case something bad happens to your ruler, then, and you get to take over and all that. In fact, are you even a brother of a ruler? No, that's from another family. Then what the hell are you doing here for? Should we wait a few months? If she gives birth to a son, then we have ourselves an alliance. So we can have him to hit him from behind. So let's wait for more allies to come over here. They'll be here in 4 months. And the other one? Oh, they're going overland. Well, let's adopt another wait-and-see approach. And as well as finding out how many do they have exactly. But unfortunately, he's the best one out of all of us in terms of intrigue. It's 302 gold for the elephants. Another 140 for steppe warriors. Keep that well in mind. They're back again. That's over 6,000 that they'll be bringing. And then we'll have close to 1,500 from Jaffna. And up there, actually they're going by boat. This one is the much bigger reinforcement. They could be the difference makers. Yeah, this one. They could be the difference makers. They got lots of armored footmen, archers, and light from, and some siege weapons that are badly needed. As obviously our military lacks that. That means there'll be another bloody battle at Nillor again. But wait for the allies to come. Do not advance too deep into this. Lord, a message from your veteran, so it says enemies go. My search led me to the plains of Magui. They are notoriously wolf infested, but I have a good reason that my goal is near. Expect my return soon. Surely ambitious to such a risky path. She is a novice hunter, so I'm sure she knows the way. By Shiva, I hope she doesn't have to fight one. She slaughters a charging wild wolf. Excellent. "18 days. We'll soon find out how much they have." Oh gosh. Close to 4,000. That's what I mean. This war keeps getting bigger and bigger. And this is why I need one more ally. Do you have a son? Just give him both in. It is a son. Alright. Let's talk alliance. Will not accept isolationalist culture. Ah, they're hill dweller tribal people. How much must I pay you? Oh, really? Not that much? Well, after all, they're tribal. They don't take that much money. So if it isn't good enough, then we don't have an alliance. So do you accept? Yes, they will. I know since they're tribal, and that means they use tribal levies, and their men-at-arms, they rely on prestige, so it isn't going to do much, but it'll do. So that way we can have a friendly corridor, so that way when our troops decide to go into retreat into, obviously, tribal territory where it isn't that much developed, we can reinforce and resupply out there. gotta join the war. This is the last time we're gonna spend this amount of prestige because I highly doubt that that what we have here is considered too many alliances at this point. Unless we find another one that's willing, because got this patrol. He's patrol. She's betrothed. You are not. There's room for one more probable alliance. And there are much bigger ones that are willing. Including them. This would be last resort. I mean, they're not our ally anymore, but they're still part of the war because they're still honoring my brother's old alliance. They got far too many. Okay, once they arrive here, move. Got to go in after them. And move the rally point over here because this is the part where we will get those elephant mercenaries. They're devastating. So, we're moving in now. This is gonna be our finest hour. Yes, we know. And I got another thing you need to do. Support the scheme. Murder the murderer of my brother. Yep, they're all coming in. Aha! Excellent timing. They're bringing more of their men, but soon to be sibling, and then you'll try to cut off their advance, hopefully. At least that's to my theory. But chances are even, but reinforcements will be coming from Lambakana and Jaffna. And our friends from there won't be there till 30 days, which they're going to have to make an amphibious landing to join up. So this is it. Wounded. We're outnumbered, but reinforcements will soon arrive. We actually... Oh no, he died of old age during the battle. It's just clearly I'm a better commander. Vassal count. Oh, there we go. We got him. My wife, Nârani's once again absent from our chamber's nightfall. She's been distant lately. Also thought I rarely seen at court. Not to her satisfaction, she's simply busy. That's a stupid question. Oh, I know. We know who it is. We'll just say, do you have another? Which, of course, it's a stupid question. We would know who that is. I'm only trying to get her opinion up. How can you say such a thing, Vikramâtittâ? I would never take a lover. That's a load of bull. We cannot win any more battles because scores capped at 50 and you have not taken the relevant objective of the war. Everybody's here. Still alive? Talking about, yeah, here. Good. Siege Engineer is still here. If I say absent from court, you mean still in Vengipura. No matter how many they bring, even if they have to bring the entire Rashtrakuta kingdom down here, we could defeat all armies. My daughter seems to have a difficult time with our latest feast. She sneaked out early, is not seen for the entire rest of the evening. If you have better things to do, do those instead. And speaking of impatience, regarding my plot against them. Oh, how about I have his honored guest? I'm just increasing every little bit of opinion. Because she will not join a court with me. But every little bit helps. See? Not all is lost. Just get it. It's no longer at a minus 100. Now it's minus 97. So another enemy ally joins that war. Because, you know, that's the one betrothed to Vengi Chalukya. And it's a much smaller realm, but this as a whole is still part of it. So take that into consideration. They have 5 allies, we have 4. Feels like this war is in bringing all of India down here. And I will have absolute control. Whenever I have controls on it, it will instead display as absolute gives additional bonuses to taxes and levies. I will soon be the overseer again. It helps with the stewardship, which is needed. I'm trying to think in my mind. You know, get the step warriors. Need a new batch of them. That'll be 150 gold. What are you guys doing here? They'll be there in 58 days. In this siege, still 3 months. Okay. They'll join our army. So we have additional light cavalry and horse archers. One more agent has joined. Now we'll likely get rid of him and avenge my brother. $10,000 of theirs out there. Well, we are more than 10,000, so we're not that terribly worried. What is this ability when you're impatient? A decision allowing you to accelerate your scheme. Grants scheme progress in exchange for stress. Like, where would that be found in that little feature? Expedite schemes in exchange for stress. I mean, I'm very stressed. I mean, where do you find that? Because I never tried that feature before. Alright, they're here. You know, there's this man that lives there, who I would want him murdered. But if we capture him out of there, we'll execute him. Kadeyaraja is ours. I step out of my tent. The siege camp sprawls before me. Sprawls of reds, browns, blues, of tents striped with hues of sandy canvas, of 100 horses tied to the crude pens, and feeders jammed with hayseed, the fires crackling as camp followers stoke cauldrons of bubbling stew. Pennants and pennons of every color wave stiffly back and forth in the persistent wind. Here and there, in tents and makeshift shelters, men huddle over the fires, their faces smudged and gleaming with rain. My low retainer approaches and informs me that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards and head to the edge of the camp. The Kotam of Kadeyaraja stands before me, a disordered pile of rubble and debris in the fields between. Corpses lie in dank gullies, bloated and swollen by ravenous insects gorging on the flesh of theirs and ours alike. Smoke rises from the flaming houses. Grieving widows and orphans search through the ash and rubble for the bones of loved ones. The men look for me for direction. This is their place. Again. They've been harboring those Pallavas here. Mortal enemies of the Chola. Let my army run wild. My men drag the surviving court of the Kotam of Kadeyaraja for me not to siege. What should I do with them? Hold on. We did not capture him, but who are the agents? These are all the ones. We don't want to imprison everybody because some of them are the agents for this murder plot. So I will say, imprison only the important ones. Except one of them was an important one. Now, who is this man? Randa are no longer part of the scheme. Was killed during a siege. Oh, you morons! I know I told them to let my army run wild so they can loot the place, but damn it! He didn't need to kill that woman. She was an agent for the plot. She's one of the good ones. However, I'm going to release you. You can go back to the court and use that favor. Check again. Can be convinced. Okay, how much? 75. No, it's still enough to get what we need. Listen, we're gonna let you go. You can go back to where you came from. There you are. Use that hook, and that'll be enough. And the rest can be ransomed. I don't know where they're headed, but certainly. No, there's nothing going out there. There's no revolt. No, not at all. Looks like opportunity lays open. So you're heading to this. So you're heading to that way. Just around the corner. And I believe we do have the supplies that would be needed for this journey. We could also go to Mundigunda, which is for those diamond mines there, which provides a huge amount of loot for all of us, which would be very beneficial for us. But do not forget, You gotta kill that man. Hey, close secret, you're angry with me. You have every right to be angry, but you're not rivals, but you must be dealt with. Because I am following my brother's example of his brand of justice. 29 days, or 29 days to there. Either that or we could chase that army down to try to find them. Oh, really? To the worthless Uriah Vikramâtittâ, Bampot, your crimes against me are reprehensible. Meet me in single combat, and let battle judge our differences. I mean, when Periyapillai was the ruler, Vikram did challenge him to a duel and lost. But now he challenges me. This is just what we wanted. Alright, but remember, this isn't a battle to the death. I wish. But it's a non-lethal single combat. The victor loses stress and lose gain stress. Should you decline? Then prestige is earned and lost. But we must do it here. What is he like, combat-wise? He's got a spear. A long spear of fine craftsmanship. The wrought iron head is mounted on elegant sideward shaft that's been carved in thin lines to enhance the look of the material, as well as provided texture nice grip. A tiny but elegant description on sunset, dedicated to my beloved Nârani. Just another way to stick it up against me, huh? In the same way that my children, I mean, this one's legitimate, but the other two with the disputed heritage, that they sent the children to me and not staying in Vengipura, I consider that as an insult. You have a spear? Well, so do I. This is my father's spear. A long spear of fine craftsmanship. The wrought iron head is mounted on elegant shafts carved delicate wavelets to reduce slippage when wielding it. A tiny but elegant description on it, proudly saying, "Their Tirthanankaras is my strength." Contradictory, even though he's the man that did expand our realm long before any of us were here. But this is what I wanted. He may have beat me in a duel before, but not again. But however, Prowess is 22, and the other one, mine's 22, his is 21, so this time I have a slight edge against him, but we're both using spears, so this is a spear fight. Look at these long Indian spears. So now, Raya Kumar, Kadeyaraja and I stalk around each other, each weighing our options. He counters a fearsome but Vengi Chalukya spear, while I grip my own spear of Parantaka, my father, tightly. The deadly weapon feels cool and weighty in my grasp. This fight may be only till first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. This isn't a sword fight, this isn't a mace fight, it's a spear fight. Think wisely, alright? So I have the first move. But keep in mind, I'm an impatient man. Better men than you have died trying to break my guard. I'll have a strict guard, focus entirely on fending him off. Low increase to my likelihood of success, while no chance to my risk of injury. My spear is a better protector than any shield, parrying, countering, and guarding against Kadeyaraja's every move. Wherever he moves his spear, my spear is there, waiting. Kadeyaraja counters with a furious hail of thrusting jabs, almost running me through repeatedly. My form is good, with only small errors. Kadeyaraja's stance is formidable. My opponent's guard is fierce. I feel far from victory. I already did this move, but he went with a move that had a high increase to his likelihood of success and cause a medium risk to his injury. Well, I became a novice hunter recently because we hunted down that tiger. So I will do feign and stab. I'm feigning left with my spear, and I stab right with an offhand dagger. And for the next 5 years I gain knife to hand. So this character's fallen to the habit of always keeping a sharp knife close by, getting the intrigue up. This definitely helps for the murder plot. This has a high increase time. Likelihood of success, medium increase on risk of injury. So I hold the spear with my left hand somehow, and then I use an offhand dagger with my right. Fool, take this! My spear makes a thrusting jab one way, only for me to draw a fresh dagger with my offhand and lunge at Kadeyaraja as he attempts to parry. Kadeyaraja retaliates with a smooth flowing series of thrusting jabs and piercing thrusts, each strike forcing me back a little more. My form is good with only small errors. His stance is still formidable. My opponent is still holding out my blows well. He seems close to faltering. So it caused a medium increase to his success, low increase to his risk of injury. I'm willing to take a risk. Go for expert onslaught. I throw out a flurry of rapid attacks and counters, because I'm an impatient man and I want to win. Again, I'm fighting for not only for my honor, but for my wife. I leap into action, launching a flurry of thrusting jabs, throwing myself hard against Kadeyaraja's guard, wearing him down with an expertly timed strike. With surprising speed, Kadeyaraja unleashes a piercing thrust of his spear, knocking my spear loose. My form is excellent, with little chance for mistake, and his stance is passable. I have my opponent on the back foot, but I still need to consolidate my victory. This has got to be the sudden death round now, so any man could win this. But I gain a dual handicap of rank 6 because of what he just did. He tried to knock my spear out, so that hurts my prowess. So he might win again. I'll try this because I don't want to have a risk of injury right now. I'll show you how to catch a spear. Confident attack. With skill and poise, I make a series of well-placed strikes. I may lose this one. My opponent is able to parry my blows hard. Kadeyaraja advances, a spear forming the impenetrable barrier until a piercing thrust sends me reeling. Before I can right myself, Kadeyaraja's on me again. Spear flying from my head, head first till I get a face full of blunt wood. I barely even noticed the spear slip from my grasp. Yeah, my spear took damage, and I've been wounded. But of course, it's manageable. That was the sudden death round. So I will lose stress, but I also gain stress, and I'll say, you will rue the day you defeated Vikramâtittâ. I will face you again. You challenged me. And that means the next time I challenge you will be in 2 years, which I don't know if this war can go on for another 2 years. And since I lost it, I've gained critical stress out of this. I've recovered from my wounds, but give me a moment. Take over for just a bit. I need to talk to a confidant. To truly be listened to retreat, nothing eases the mind like a good conversation with someone you can trust. It usually makes problems seem much smaller. After a long conversation with my whoever, I can feel thoughts coming down. Trust. Yeah, everybody's got a lowered opinion of me, but my mind is at ease though, but it's not enough. This will lose a lot more stress, especially I'm a novice hunter these days. Sound the horn. And do not worry, we're ransoming some people, so they might give us some money where we'd be able to afford the elephants that we truly want. More and more. Oh, they're not allies. Wait a minute, they're Chalukya. I wonder, Vengi Chalukya. Oh, they're all related in this sort of way. Yes, they are related. That's why they're into this. Now, this is his last resort. But since these are smaller realms, it can't be that too terrible. Paid me 100. But again, I'm only going hunting just to give it a stress. I'll be back in command soon enough. Expedite schemes. There's a little thing like that. No? What are they doing up there? Poachers here in the Riders Woods. They huddle together as I ride up my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead stag behind. We do not do this, your mercy. Their blades and bows belly their words. Y'all seem excellent bowmen. I need a little more prowess. Because I will not be bested again by him the next time we face each other a duel in the 2 years, which I don't know if the war will continue in 2 years. If we let it be as such. Get the engineer. Kula Sakara, where are you? Hunt this drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the farms behind us. So as prepare to stagger out again for the journey back. Despite the difficulties along the way, the hunt went very well. We returned home invigorated. Catch and disease. The plan has been formed by our agents to finally kill the Palav. The plan is to catch him in the street and then take him into custody, making it seem official to onlookers. After apprehending, we bring him here, and we can lop off his head as we please. 86% chance. So it sounds like a solid plan. Do it. Captive kill. He stands before me, captured by our men, given a confusing statement listing several authorities. He went along without a fight. Headsman is in the dungeon, sharpening his axe. As we speak, he's good as dead. Now I can take leisure and enjoy the world without him. Before we dispatch him, I prepared a speech. Cycle of vengeance continues. He knows it's attempted murder, but he doesn't know that his father is dead now. He is a young man, not capable of running an army of any kind. I would rather besiege Vengipura myself. I think we should destroy their army before they have a chance to regroup. That would also mean we have to tell our allies, break away from whatever you're besieging. We gotta go after them one more time. There's one. It's Kalyani, nearly 2,000 strong. My lord, beneficiary announced her arrival in a surprisingly loud voice. She proudly holds up a package securely wrapped in cloth. I returned from Burma with an artifact from my journey. I take the bulky bundle into my hands and loosen the cords of a peeling layer of feather. Inside is a tapestry. She puffs her chest and weaves me a tale about her traveling companion who was a master tailor. Their shared adventure inspired the chosen motifs on this tapestry. A large Lamb's wool tapestry of masterful craftsmanship. The cloth depicts several prominences taken from the Shevite canon. This is magnificent. Put it up here. Look closely. Beautiful, isn't it? So adds a bit more renowned piety and some court grandeur to go along with it. I don't know if it's a good idea because we're basically going, you know, for the lack of a antiquated term, but in a modern term, gung-ho, that we're going out alone, crossing the Godavari into the jungle, and we'll be up in the mountains, the friendly mountains, so we could defeat their army one more time, while we let our armies, you know, siege the areas that we wanted. But I think they're breaking away now, yeah. We have friendly high ground. I just do not want the other Chalukyas to regroup with their brethren. You know, culturally they're not related, but still. We'll catch them. I wonder how this war's just spilled it. I wake screaming, my heart beating fast. I've been chained naked or collared, while a dozen men and women with their heads of goats descended on me, biting and tearing at my skin. Then suddenly I was one of them, ripping my own flesh with sharp teeth, swallowing scraps, drinking blood, slurping. I never felt anything as horrifying as when I saw the life leave the eyes of my ravaged body. But it was only a dream. It was only a dream. Oh. Prayers for Shiva's protection will calm me. It was only a nightmare. And battle just started. They're gonna be here for a while. Reinforcements will arrive in 45 days. We're outnumbered here, but they'll be here. Finally killed one of them. Killed one of the Chalukya. You got wounded twice. Reinforcements will arrive tomorrow, and we'll finally drive them out. Battle rages on. I realize there are multiple weak points in our front line which are particularly vulnerable to an enemy spirit attack. Screaming my men to cover the southern area. My voice breaks. I realize they will not be able to hear me. Quick, I say to the men around me. You need to come with me, I command them. I nudged them in the direction of the weak spot. As we arrived, the enemy had already begun charging into the vulnerable gap in line. So I rallied the men to brace for the coming charge. Whilst we hold, I hear an enemy general shouting him off to command, followed by the groans of numerous enemy footmen. What was that sound? I think before a rain of spears and javelins began to descend over the shoulders of the enemy push. As projectiles slam into the men around me, one smacks past my head, excruciating close to penetrating my skull. As I turn in shock, I see the same spear destined for my head lodge into the chest of a lifeless footman behind me. Jarred and stunned, I wallowed away from the enemy charge in a nauseating mix of fear and shock. That could have been me. That was close, way too close. You're getting a lot of stress for this and you have a near-death experience. You are recoverably traumatized, but allow yourself to stay in the front lines. You'll be at risk of further events which may traumatize me further. Oh, that will not do. It was a near-death experience. Stood on the ridge overlooking the battle of Kanda Barasuru, short distance from the front lines. Me and Karana, the Simha, who, that's not my vassal, that's from Gujarat, that's where he's from. So everything's going as planned, according to what I organized at the start of the battle. But suddenly he turns to me, points out, expected to be rushed to the weaker sections of our. We must reposition our men to defend that target, he says. I accept the assist. And the tactical changes needed. Well, I'm already an organizer, so I'll just say, hey, you go fix that mess. I don't want to get into the fray of the fighting. After sending him to halt the enemy events, continue to work on the strategic execution of the tactical plans I made before the battle. A few minutes pass and I'm distracted by the other happenings. Before something startles me. Appearing next to me, bloodstained one. My lord, I have failed you. As I look at the events, see it unscathed by his efforts. Fine, I'll do it myself, even though they were retreating, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But it was another mauling. But we still have not imprisoned my rival. I fear the longer that we stay out here, especially when we try to besiege there, we got to withdraw. Especially that there's another enemy down there. So we're gonna have to withdraw one last time, one last resupply, then we will make a dash for Vengipura, capture the city, and we will finally win that bloody war. And perhaps, if the war continues to be prolonged, for whatever reason, I will challenge my rival to a duel. Not this September, but next year's September. Which means the war's been going on for 4 years now. And soon it'll be entering into its 5th. In modern, timeline, it feels like the war's been going on about as long as World War II. You've got to tell me. You've seen what happened out there. Nârani slips on the thin line of ridge expression. It's almost a relief, after a drawn us from him. Sees the truth of my child. Well, which child to be exact, Dan? I know that stance. Pregnant again. Pregnant again, so I could rightfully imprison her, but however, she is not in my court, so I cannot do that. The unborn child will be known to concede outside of wedlock. And of course, his actual wife won't be happy about that, and he is already a sinner. Actually, do I really want to make him mad? It doesn't say that she would be further mad at me. I mean, you're both adulterers anyway. So everyone will know your infidelity. Hopefully they'll imprison him if they are sane. Again, we will withdraw the country one more time. Finish the reading the latest letter from my wife, and seems to warn me at the last. Well, this success intended to use this opportunity to try to get even closer. Again, I just want to have a positive opinion, so that way in post-war, invite her back to court, and then we'll do something about the fate of this woman. Time to put my diplomatic skills to the test. She is insulted. That's alright. We'll be fully resupplied, and we can wait no longer. Move the rally point up to country. We will get the elephants as soon as it's all reinforced, resupplied, and everything. And I am very close to being stressed the heck out again. How much is it for a feast? 200. Ah, don't worry about it. The income is good enough. Allow me to take myself off command one more time while we wait for... all our men-at-arms is fully reinforced, so the income will be good. Not to mention the ransom that we get money out of it. So let us hold a grand feast just to lower my stress. And it's to get our vassals to get along. And we will finally get those elephants and put them to action. Because soon time will be running out. The guests are gathered in the great hall. Lords and ladies from near and far reaches around. The mood is bright and the spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. And of course, the only one who isn't invited is my unfaithful wife. Little brother's still here. Oh yeah, you are from here, locally. Right. And, of course, my Jewish friend. He's still in the army. He's still doing fine health-wise. Welcome, friends. Resupply, rearm, and then we will finally go on offensive. One last push. My lord, the wine. We cracked open the next barrel and it has gone bad. It has all gone bad. The feast is still raging. Without the drink, the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. We all have to pitch in. Come on now. You get some money back. Enough to get what you need. And soon. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my vassal goes on about the rooms and cook. That's how we salvage that mess. You sure I'm not bullying with it? You do not like me, but at least you are terrified of me, because you're a contented man. But it would be better to make friends than to make enemies, especially with power vassals, so why don't we talk more about you instead? Showed interest in him. I have a lot of friends, don't I? 4 of them. Yonahan. He's an engineer as well. For all my guests here in my castle, the entire contents of my vast pantry and bellies, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife Iraja to thank much for its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude since last see a few guests off. Till next time. We haven't heard from him lately. But we do know my brother. Now they are officially married, thus keeping the alliance alive. Which is very, very good. So our alliance will remain strong between us. Soon it'll be entering its 5th year. I don't want just my army resupplied, but also your army's supplies has to be up as well. Because we need you all well fed, reinforced in friendly territory, so you can get your levies up and everything. Soon they'll have no more cards to play. We know they'll return in strength, but we'll have them dealt with. Wait till it's at 100, and make sure everybody else is at 100. While some are more well supplied than others. Especially one who is into that. Who dares? White peace offer again. No. I will not quit this war. Because I want my wife back, and I will have to bring her in, kicking and screaming if I have to. Okay, so now here's our plan. Let them come down there again. I still want to defeat this army, and I still want Kadeyaraja by any means. Capture or kill. But if anybody that manages to kill Kadeyaraja, I will promise whoever defeated him in battle, I will send them a gift. But in that next battle, just let them come down there and see if they'll retake this area, because that's where we shall meet. We're doing this on our terms, alright? You come down here, bring everybody you have, or not. Of course they would. No, they are coming down, okay. Just let them come down there, because they have to be. I mean, they're going to be starving soon. They need to resupply. And then, once they're down here, we'll fight them in one more pitched battle. And this is where these war elephants will finally come into play. Don't need to know that. So the question is, who's following who? My wife now has given birth to a child sired by another man. It's Kadeyaraja. They call him Polos. What am I to do with this? They actually sent it to me. Is there a way you can, actually, no. It doesn't say that. It says that core, but now it's... Well, at least Vengi Chalukya. I wish I could... Oh yeah, you could dismiss it. But it'll cost you prestige for that. And then who's going to take care of him? You know, it's a newborn baby. It'll be listed as Wanderer. It's dangerous out there. So, I guess he could stay. Don't make me come up there. Because we'll be bringing a full power up there one more time. And remember, next September, you and me, one more time in a duel. They're starving themselves up there. They should be forced to come down. So, are they moving away or not? If they're going to go back and forth, we're coming up there. Glad he's still here. It's just, we're stalling for time. So will they indeed return to their borders? Okay, they stopped. Yep, they're coming down. Just as what we wanted. And I know the score's in the negative, but do not worry. We'll defeat them one more time in a one last big battle, and then take Vengipura and Mundigunda, and then the war is won. Because we defeated them in so many battles that all is needed is to take the objective. Because battles and occupations isn't enough. They were down there briefly, now they're getting together again. If they go back up to the mountain, we're coming up. If they're thinking what I'm thinking they're doing. Of course they are. That's it. Get the elephants. We've been waiting years for this. Even though, keep in mind, elephants do not do very well in mountains. But if we can get them down there to fight in the jungle, then that is where they would be at their most devastating use. I thought I put the rally point there. Why does it keep doing that to me? But anyways, so I guess we have to wait a few more. Just less than a month. The Helvets are with us, and then we begin our one last offensive to defeat the Chalukya army and their allies, and subsequently take Vengipura finally. Which I think the sack of Vengipura should occur in one final episode, which will be next soon. Because I'm gonna actually, you know, put an end to this episode, then we'll have one more part, because obviously this would take a little bit longer. Alright, they're here now. Any last minute checks of what else should I need to do? I don't want to meditate. It's going to make me stress, and I'm an impatient person, so that's actually going to backfire on me. We do have 2 more additional men that are with us, because those are from the mercenary van. Nobody else more to raise. And now they're down there. Even though they're starving themselves, they're probably just going to split themselves. It's like, hey, get to your places, and then we're supplying all that. And they are in the general vicinity of Vengipura itself. Which we might as well go up there. Maybe this is where we will meet on this last battle. And you may want to catch them while they're there. So here's what's going to happen. In 4 months' time, I will be an overseer, which will help me with the stewardship and martial gains. Keep the chivalry focus until the rival is defeated. And then the sack of Vengipura and Mondigonda will finally capture this, end this bloody war that's been going on for 5 years now, even though it feels like it actually started years before that, when we raided this territory. But remember, that's all that is going to happen in the final episode of this miniseries, which I don't know if 6 episodes is considered a miniseries, but we're still calling it anyways. Remember, you and me, this September. You got that? And also I will have to assassinate him as well if we cannot defeat him, if we can't capture or kill him in battle. But they're starting themselves out now, so we have to catch them while they're weak. And we'll be there in 47 days. So we hope you people will tune into the final episodes coming up next. But until then, so long for now.